In a world where self-worth often seems overshadowed by external validation, the journey to recognizing one's own value becomes paramount. Imagine a woman who stands firm in her beliefs, embracing her identity with unwavering confidence. This inner strength not only transforms her own life, but also influences those around her. Drawing on the insights of Carl Jung, we delve into the psychological power that emerges when a woman prioritizes self-respect and self-love. As we explore this theme, we invite you to reflect on the importance of valuing oneself and the profound impact it can have on personal relationships and overall well-being. If you stay until the end, the ENG will shock you and transform your life. In the exploration of self-worth, one of the most profound behaviors that emerges is the act of setting boundaries. This seemingly simple action resonates deeply within the psychological framework articulated by Carl Jung, who emphasized the importance of the self in achieving individuation, a process of becoming the person you are inherently meant to be. When a woman values herself, she instinctively begins to articulate her limits, creating a protective space that nurtures her emotional well-being. This is not merely a defensive mechanism, it is a declaration of her worth in a world that often seeks to undermine it. Setting boundaries is a powerful signal to oneself and others that one's needs and feelings are valid. In relationships, particularly those characterized by emotional manipulation or neglect, the absence of boundaries often leads to a cycle of disregard and pain. The individual may feel invisible, as if their emotions and desires are mere afterthoughts. This neglect can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of unworthiness. By contrast, when boundaries are established, it fosters an environment where respect can flourish, allowing for open communication and mutual understanding. Jung's insights into the psyche reveal that recognizing one's value is not just an act of self-affirmation, it is a transformative journey. It requires introspection and the courage to confront the fears that arise when one begins to assert their needs. This journey is often fraught with challenges, especially in a society that may not always celebrate such assertiveness in women. However, the emotional liberation that comes from valuing oneself and asserting boundaries can lead to healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life. As individuals embark on this path, it is essential to remember that the act of valuing oneself is not selfish, rather, it is a necessary step toward authenticity. By embracing this mindset, one not only transforms their own life but also influences those around them, creating a ripple effect that encourages others to recognize and honor their own worth. In this way, the journey of self-valuation becomes a collective movement toward emotional resilience and empowerment. In the journey of self-discovery and empowerment, one critical behavior emerges: the ability to set boundaries. This practice isn't just about saying no but rather about communicating one's worth and establishing a space where respect can thrive. Carl Jung once emphasized the importance of individuation, becoming who you truly are. Setting boundaries is an essential step in this process, allowing individuals to honor their own needs and desires. When a person values themselves, they naturally begin to recognize what is acceptable and what is not. This realization is powerful. It transforms relationships and interactions. For instance, consider a woman who has always been accommodating, often at the expense of her own well-being. By learning to set boundaries, she communicates to others that her time and energy are valuable. This shift can be daunting, as it may challenge long-held beliefs about self-worth and acceptance. The intention behind setting boundaries is not to push others away but to foster healthier connections. It invites respect and understanding, paving the way for deeper relationships. As Jung suggested, embracing one's individuality leads to greater authenticity. When we respect our own limits, we teach others to do the same, creating a balanced dynamic. Practical steps to setting boundaries can include clear communication about one's needs, learning to say no without guilt, and recognizing the importance of self-care. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt overwhelmed because you didn't set boundaries? How did it impact your sense of self-worth? As you reflect on this, consider how embracing this behavior can transform your life. Have you ever felt the weight of not valuing your own boundaries? In our exploration of Never Ignored Again, the psychological power of a woman who values herself, we delve into the third item on our list, the transformative journey of self-valuation. This concept, deeply rooted in the philosophies of Carl Jung, emphasizes the importance of recognizing one's intrinsic worth as a foundation for personal empowerment. Jung posited that the journey toward self-awareness involves confronting the shadow self, the parts of ourselves we often ignore or suppress. When a woman values herself, she not only acknowledges her strengths but also embraces her vulnerabilities. This duality allows her to break free from the chains of external validation, which is often sought in relationships with narcissistic individuals. A narcissist thrives on the need for admiration and control, creating a dynamic where the self-worth of their partner is manipulated to serve their ego. Imagine a woman who, after years of seeking approval, finally stands firm in her identity. Drawing from the insights of Carl Jung, we can understand that this behavior is intertwined with the concept of individuation, the process by which a person becomes their true self, integrating various aspects of their personality. Self-valuation is a powerful act that transcends mere confidence. It is rooted in the acknowledgement of one's worth, not based on external validation, but on an intrinsic understanding of one's capabilities and potential. Jung posited that recognizing and embracing our shadow, the parts of ourselves we often ignore or reject, is vital for achieving wholeness. In this light, valuing oneself means confronting these shadows, understanding them, and integrating them into our self-concept. Moreover, this behavior invites us to reflect on the societal constructs that often dictate our self-worth. We live in a world that frequently equates value with achievement, appearance, or approval from others. However, the true essence of self-worth lies in authenticity and self-acceptance. It is about standing firm in our identity and values, regardless of external pressures. As we cultivate this behavior, we not only empower ourselves but also inspire those around us, creating a ripple effect of self-acceptance and authenticity. This transformation is essential, as it encourages a culture where individuals support one another in their journeys towards self-realization. In conclusion, embracing the sixth behavior of self-valuation is a profound step toward personal empowerment. It challenges us to redefine our understanding of worth and encourages a deeper connection with ourselves and others. By valuing ourselves, we create a foundation for healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life. In our journey of self-discovery and empowerment, one crucial aspect often overlooked is the ability to set boundaries. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of individuation, a process where we become more aware of our true selves. This awareness allows us to recognize our needs and assert them confidently. When we value ourselves, we understand that our emotional and mental well-being is paramount, and establishing boundaries is a vital part of that. Imagine a garden. If we neglect to put up a fence, weeds can easily invade, overshadowing the beautiful flowers we've nurtured. Similarly, without boundaries, external influences can disrupt our peace and self-worth. By valuing ourselves, we are essentially saying, "My garden deserves protection." Setting boundaries can initially feel uncomfortable, especially if we're used to pleasing others. However, as Jung suggested, embracing our individuality often means stepping out of our comfort zones. For instance, consider a woman who has always said yes to every social invitation, even when it drained her. By learning to say no, she begins to reclaim her time and energy, creating space for activities that genuinely fulfill her. This practice not only enhances her self-esteem but also teaches others how to treat her. Boundaries are not walls that isolate us. Rather, they are bridges that foster healthier relationships. When we communicate our limits clearly, we invite respect and understanding into our interactions. As we reflect on this, let's remember that valuing ourselves is an ongoing journey. Setting boundaries is a powerful affirmation of our worth, allowing us to thrive in both personal and professional realms. In our journey towards self-empowerment, the eighth behavior we must cultivate is the ability to set and maintain healthy boundaries. This crucial aspect of self-respect is not merely about saying no to others, it is about saying yes to ourselves. Carl Jung once suggested that the path to individuation, the process of becoming who we truly are, requires us to recognize and assert our own needs and desires. By establishing boundaries, we create a space where our individuality can flourish. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love and a declaration of our worth. It allows us to prioritize our emotional and mental well-being, making it clear to ourselves and others what we will accept in our lives. This practice is not selfish, rather, it is a necessary step in nurturing our relationships and ensuring that they are mutually respectful and fulfilling. When we honor our own limits, we teach others how to treat us, fostering an environment where healthy interactions can thrive. Moreover, as Jung emphasized, understanding our own psyche is essential. By delving into our feelings and recognizing our triggers, we can better articulate our boundaries. This self-awareness empowers us to communicate effectively and assertively, reducing the likelihood of resentment or misunderstanding in our relationships. In conclusion, Embracing the practice of setting boundaries is not just about protecting ourselves, it is a profound expression of self-worth. By valuing our needs and desires, we cultivate healthier relationships and ultimately, a more authentic life. In the journey of self-discovery and empowerment, the last two behaviors we explore are intricately linked, both emotionally and strategically.